Houston rapper Sauce Walka is recovering after being hurt in a shooting that killed another man Saturday afternoon in downtown Memphis. The rapper was shot in the thigh. Another man shot later died. The rapper's father tells KPRC2 his son is doing well despite being shaken up by the shooting. Police say they've identified a suspect and are working to make an arrest.
Such a busy area. So many people wanting answers tonight just here on a Monday afternoon. There's plenty of people around, so you can only imagine what it's like on the weekend. But in downtown Memphis, here where that shooting happened, there are cameras everywhere. Officers now studying the footage from here outside the stadium and Westin Hotel. A violent weekend in downtown Memphis.
So unfortunately, another senseless, tragic shooting has occurred in Memphis.
Memphis police say 2 men were injured in the incident. 27-year-old Latorian Hunt was killed and 34-year-old Albert Mondane was injured. Mondane has been identified by TMZ as well-known Houston rapper Sauce Walka. A police report says officers found a small amount of a green leafy substance on him while he was at the hospital.
We know the suspects got out of a vehicle and appeared to target the 2 victims as they were in the street. They got back in the car and fled the scene.
The shooting happening around 2:45 Saturday afternoon off George W. Lee Avenue, steps away from FedEx Forum and a block from busy Beale Street. Investigators only revealing multiple suspects were part of the shooting and took off in a white car.
It started as an ordinary afternoon in Memphis, March 22nd, just after 2:40 p.m. The city was alive, the streets moving like they always do. But outside the Westin Hotel, near the FedEx Forum, something was brewing, something dark. Gunshots rang out, the kind that make crowds scatter, the kind that turn a regular day into a crime scene. When the dust settled, 1 man was dead, another was bleeding, barely hanging on. The names, Sayso P and Sauce Walka. Sayso P, an up-and-coming rapper signed to Sauce Walka's label, never made it out. He was just 27. Sauce Walka, the Houston rapper with a reputation as loud as his music, had been shot but survived. But this wasn't a random act of violence. No, police were quick to say it was targeted.
Developing news, Fox 13 has learned more about the man shot and killed in front of a downtown Memphis hotel. Several sources confirmed the man killed was a 27-year-old Memphis rapper from Raleigh who had recently just got a deal with a record label. Friends say he went by the stage name Sayso P. And Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre explains what else he has learned about the shooting investigation.
The shooting death of a man in front of the Westin Hotel is still shooting shockwaves through the busy entertainment district. Fox 13 did some digging and learned who the man is that sadly lost his life in the middle of the afternoon Saturday is 27-year-old Latorian Hunt. According to sources, Hunt is originally from Raleigh and was known to be an up-and-coming rap artist who had recently signed to a record label with the man who survived the shooting. Well-known Houston rapper Albert Walker Mondane, also known as Sauce Walka, is who survived. Memphis police released information on the shooting investigation. They called the shooting a targeted incident and not a random act of violence. To people who knew Hunt, he didn't live in Memphis and only came to visit his hometown and make quick appearances. According to investigators, a gunman shot Hunt several times while only shooting Mondane once in the leg. Investigators have not released information on the shooters, but confirmed they have identified the car they used to get away in.
Within 12 hours, Memphis police had a name, a face, a suspect, Jayden Dandridge, 21. The charges were severe: first-degree murder, attempted murder, firearm-related felonies, and auto theft. He had allegedly fled the scene in the stolen 2021 Dodge Charger Scat Pack, blending into the city's chaos before disappearing. The police had the evidence, surveillance cameras, real-time data, and the mission to bring justice. But as much as they were closing in, there was another force at play, one outside of law and order.
Well, some new information right now about the shooting of a Houston area rapper. Rapper Sauce Walka was shot in the leg in Memphis just this past Saturday. Another man was shot and did not survive. Tonight, Memphis police say they've identified 21-year-old Jayden Dandridge as the shooting suspect. A warrant has been issued for Dandridge's arrest. Walka's dad, Albert Walker, shared these images of the rapper with KPRC2. We hope to hear more from his father about the recovery tonight at 10 p.m.
The streets wanted blood. Sauce Walka, still recovering from his injuries, went public. He could have called for war. He had the power, the connections. He said he could have 500 good men slide for him, ready to avenge Sayso P. But instead, he told them to stand down. No revenge, no retaliation, just let the law do its job. It was an unexpected message, a moment of restraint in a world that rarely knows peace. But then something happened, something that made everyone wonder if peace was never an option.
If I wanted to, I could have 400-500 different men, good men down here from different cities and states, including mine, around here ready to do whatever by snapping my finger in retaliation to what happened to me and my little brother. But as much as it hurt my soul and it really break me down, I'm damn near getting emotional right now thinking about it. I can't retaliate because that's not righteous. Because my brother had his own dealings as a man that I gotta respect, and a motherfucker had the opportunity to make me 100% accountable for the same thing that they felt, whatever the situation is, because I still don't know what the situation is with my brother, but whatever it was, they could have held me the same level of accountable that they did him and took my life for no reason the same way, whatever that his was taken for.
New details in the downtown shooting near FedEx Forum that killed Memphis rapper Sayso P and injured Houston rapper Sauce Walka. Memphis police say murder suspect Jayden Dandridge was found dead in Houston. The warrant for his arrest is now canceled. Police are now searching for 22-year-old Kevin Brown, who's been charged with murder and other crimes. The shooting happened March 22nd outside the Westin Hotel. Anyone with information on Brown's whereabouts should call Crime Stoppers at 901-528-CASH.
March 31st, just 9 days after the shooting, Houston police found Jayden Dandridge, but they didn't find him hiding. They didn't find him running. They found him dead. No police arrest, no trial, no answers. His body, discovered in Texas, raised more questions than ever. How did he die? Who was behind it? Was this street justice, or was there something more sinister lurking beneath the surface? The Memphis police weren't done. There was another name, another suspect still on the loose. Kevin Brown, 22. The charges against him were identical to Dandridge's: first-degree murder, attempted murder, theft, gun charges. The hunt was on.
The boldness of the crime happening in broad daylight in a busy part of town might leave some shocked. But MPD says this was a targeted shooting.
This appears to be that our suspects waited on the victims, waited till they could get them in sight, immediately fired upon them without any kind of verbal engagement, and then fled the scene. So it does not seem random at all.
Sayso P's murder was supposed to be solved. Police were confident. They had a suspect. They had evidence and they had leads. But now, the prime suspect is dead before he can speak. A second suspect still missing. And the motive still a mystery. Was this a simple case of a robbery gone wrong, or was there something deeper, something hidden in the shadows of the music industry, the streets, or the people involved? One thing is certain, Sayso P's story isn't over, it's just getting started. Alright y'all, there y'all have it. That's the story of Sauce Walka, Sayso P, and the 9-day get back. Hey man, get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this one. You already know what it is, drillers and trappers. We out here trapping and drilling 247. Don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!